So what do you answer if your employer asks you, why do you want to change your career path? Hello everyone and welcome back to CareerQ, a place to curate your career. So in today's video, we are looking for an answer to a very tricky question that is often asked in an interview wherein you are trying to change your career path. So this question is asked to both freshers and experienced people, and it can be one of the deciding questions and you need to answer it very carefully. As always, the agenda of today's video will be, we'll first try to understand the meaning of this question. Why is it asked? What is the importance? Secondly, we'll get to know what the HR wants to hear or what the interviewer wants to hear. Next in line, I will cover the common mistakes that people make while answering this question. And lastly, this was a question that was asked to me as well. Many of you know, and for some of you who don't know, I come from an electrical background. I have not studied as a software engineer or in the IT domain. And I joined in Capgemini. So this was one question that was asked to me as well, and I will share you what I answered, and it probably helped me get the job. So with that being said, let's get started. So you are in an interview. You have gone for an interview and you are giving this interview and everything is going well and fine until the interviewer asks you, why do you want to change your career path? And now you're stuck. You have to convince the interviewer why you have decided to change your career path. Now this question is very important. That is because you can either be a fresher or a professional or a lateral entry, an experienced person. Now what happens? Definitely, if you're making a change in the career path, there is something that you're not liking in your current career or in the current path on which you are, or there is something that is not satisfying you, or maybe there is something that is missing, and that you feel that this industry in which you are about to join, that industry will help you fulfill that. So when an interviewer asks you this question, all he wants to know is to get the surety this is not just for an experiment's sake. Just because you didn't like it there, or you didn't like studying that subject, or you didn't like working on that industry, you're not just making this change. You're serious about it, and that you have some goals, some aspirations, and that you're not just there to do a hidden trial, and that you are not just there for an experiment. You're not doing an experiment on them. He wants to be assured. You have to assure the interviewer that you are damn serious about the job, and that you're passionate about it, and that you really feel that you can bring the that kind of quality work, and you really feel that you can do good, and although not belonging to that industry, you can help them achieve their goals. So firstly, they need an assurance, because the interviewer can get skeptical that, okay, you didn't like that, so you are changing. Now what if you don't like this? What if the work pressure, what your thought is different, and it's not per your expectations? Then what will happen in that case? You'll leave us and you'll go. So he should not get this negative impact. Your answer should always give him this picture that you are damn serious about it. You are serious about the job change. You have been always wanting to join in, and so on and so forth. So you need to convince him, and that is why this question is that important. Because if the interviewer gets a hint that you're not that serious, then probably you won't get the job. So yeah, you have to be very careful while answering this question. So moving ahead, so what is something that you need to mention in your answer so that he's convinced? The first thing is, please read the job description very clearly and get to know for what role you are interviewing, and somehow align your skill sets in that manner. Say for example, you are an experienced candidate, you are in the finance sector, doing a lot of those kind of jobs. However, you want to now make a shift to the HR domain. So now you can always emphasize on your communication skills, and how people friendly you are, and how you can talk to strangers, how good you are at it. So yeah, you can put in all those things. Now if you're a fresher, you can always say that although you were studying this particular subject as your major, however in the side you have tried and you have acquired these skill sets because you were very serious, and because you always had plans to join the industry. You need to tell the interviewer as to why you are making this shift, and that you are serious about it, and that it's not just an impulse. Okay, one morning I got up and I felt that, oh, wow, this interview is going on, let's go and let's see what happens. Okay, so no, that is not the case. You have been studying for it, you have been preparing for it, you have some or the other skills that are required for the job, and you find that after getting trained and maybe after staying for some time, you will be able to do that job. So you need to convince the interviewer. So your answer should contain some positive points, such as that you should always align your answers with the job role that you are giving your interview for, and definitely add on some things that you have been doing on your side that make you the best, that make you the perfect fit. That although you are changing your career path, you are not doing it just for fun. Okay, you're serious about it, it means something to you, and that you will definitely excel in it. Okay, to top it up, prepare where you see yourself, because you need to show your interviewer that you are not there just for the time being, that you see yourself in the long term. So you see, apart from showing your skill sets and why you want to do the job and so on and so forth, you also need to show them that you are very serious about it, and that you are not there for a small period of time. You want to be for a long period of time, and you have long term intentions and long term goals already decided and set for you. So that is how you should be answering this question. The third thing in our agenda is that what are the common mistakes that people do while answering this question. So the first very common thing that people do when they answer this question is that they become negative about their previous job or their previous industry. Okay, this is something that you should not do. Should always be your answer should always talk in a positive note, and there should be nothing negative about it. You cannot write like I hated my boss, or I hated the job, or I hated the industry. It had so much of work. It was stressful. So you cannot add these kind of words. That is an instant turn off, and that's a very big and very common mistake that people often make. What people think is that in order to impress the interviewer for their industry, you need to demean the industry in which you have been previously working. So that is not the point. That is not the concept in which it goes. You should never ever badmouth about your previous industry or from wherever you are coming. So always keep in mind that you don't say something negative about it. Second most important thing is that you just say that you want to do, and you do not give them the relevant skill sets. Okay, you just say that I really want this job, I want to do it, I think I'll be able to manage it, and those kind of things. Adjectives don't work. So you need to show them why you think that you are a good fit for the job. So you need to put on your skill sets. You need to show that although you have been in the other industry or the other sector, you have kept yourself updated and you know about the things, and that you're eager to work on it. So you have the right kind of skill set, and that you are updated upon it. So you need to put these things on the picture. And the one very important thing is not having long-term goals. Whenever you are someone who's changing the career path, you should be having your long-term goals in your answer. It is not an optional thing, it is a mandatory one. You should never give your interviewer that feeling that you might leave. If you don't like it, you can, as you have left your previous industry, you can leave this industry. You will never get hired if you give him that impression. So moving on to the last segment, that is even I moved from electrical to IT sector, or from core to software domain. So when I was asked about this question, why I want to get hired in the software domain and not in the electrical field, what did I answer? And my answer was something like this. Thank you for asking me this question. I really wanted to tell you that I had pursued electrical engineering because it was something that really excited me. However, after being associated with the theoretical and with doing the internships, the practical knowledge, I have come to know that however much I might like this industry, the work is taking a toll for me. There is a lot of field work, which is something that I am not much comfortable with, and that is why I want to switch in the software domain. I had made this decision when I was attending my third year internship in so-and-so organization. Ever since then, I have been trying to upskill myself. I took Relational Database Management System, that is the RDBMS, as my optional subject within college. Also, in my final year, I have opted for the optional subject of cloud computing that is offered by the computer science branch of our college. So I have been regularly kept myself associated with the software field ever since then, and I feel that I can excel in this industry. So yeah, this was the answer that I had given to my interviewer when I was asked this question as to why I wanted to make this switch and not join in a core company. So that's all for this video. Hope you liked it, and I hope I have brought some value addition to you. If you find this video useful, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to CareerQ. Until next time, bye bye.